What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I had done a cutting of this particular succulent sometime back. So this was the second head. I have done the cutting a couple of days ago. You can see it has already calloused, so I'm waiting for them to air root and then I can put it into the soil. Even the stem area is completely calloused and it's looking fantastic. But when I was doing a checking, I happened to notice a lot of these tiny bugs on the stem area. I don't know if I can take it any closer, but you will be able to see this. Now these are not mealybugs, but these are scale insects, and these are as harmful as mealybugs. In fact, I would say scale insects are much more harmful than mealybugs, because these tend to attack the stem and they start to pull out all the juice, due to which the stem starts to dry out or turn darker in color, as you can see in this case. Now it is a challenge to get rid of them because they do not come off that easily. That's why they are called as scale insects, because they fuse into the stem and it is very difficult to get rid of. Cinnamon powder will also not work on this, and even the brushing with a soft bristled makeup brush is not going to work, because as I said, they attach onto the stem and it is quite difficult to get rid of them. So the best option is to use rubbing alcohol. Now I don't have rubbing alcohol, so I'll be using some hand sanitizer, and I'm going to show you how the application can be done. So all you have to do is just take your soft bristled makeup brush, just moisten it a little bit, and then just add a drop of the hand sanitizer. Just a drop of it. Just rub it around. And now just clean the stem area. Wherever you have the scale attack, just clean that area around. And I'll give you an update after a couple of days, because it will take some time for them to show any signs, because the hand sanitizer contains alcohol that will dry out the coating. Again, just like mealybugs, they also have a coating which needs to be dissolved. Once that coating is dissolved, they will start to dry out or they will fall off. With this, even the eggs also tend to die, but ensure you're not putting in too much. Very little. First moisten the makeup brush, then put just one drop of the hand sanitizer. Another important thing, don't do this in direct sunlight, otherwise the stem will get burnt. You have to do it in indirect bright light. The sanitizer will start to evaporate, so we have to do it quickly. We'll clean up the entire stem. Now please do not put the hand sanitizer on the succulent's crown area or on the leaves, because sanitizer will take off the farina from the succulent. So this is only for the stem area. Even if you have some mealybugs, you can also clean it with the hand sanitizer. So I think they are all coated. You can see the white coating is no longer visible. So we will get back to this succulent in few days. So guys, it's been almost a week. It's time for an update. This is how the stem tends to look like. To be honest, I don't see a lot of those white particles stuck on the stem anymore. It looks more like those things are dead, of course, but we will still keep a watch on it. But I don't see them as much as what it was earlier, so it looks like it has taken care of that scale insects, thankfully. I'm not very sure how did they come onto the stem. Probably because the spot was a little bit closer to some of the foliage plants, and some of my foliage plants do get the scale insects. Probably they have come in from the cellar. This one did not have scale insects before, but I don't know how it ended up on this. But as long as it's under control, it's good enough. Now the cut stem that we had done, You can see it is getting a tiny little pup. So there is going to be a pup coming up on this very soon. Very excited to see it. This is the magic of succulents. The more you cut, the more they produce. This is kept in morning direct sunlight, but during the process of acclimation, it was kept in indirect bright light. As I said, hand sanitizer does contain alcohol. It has a potential risk of burning, though it tends to evaporate really fast, but it's better to be safe. And this was the cut part. It was kept in indirect bright light, but you can see there is a major difference. Direct morning sunlight, indirect light. The indirect light did have a good intensity, but of late it has been raining once again in my city. So before it had a good intensity, because of the cloudy weather, the intensity in the light has decreased. So hence you can see there is a little bit of stretching, not a lot, but it is starting to have a little bit of discoloration. You can see the difference between indirect bright light, morning direct sunlight for 5 to 6 hours. Mass difference in both. Now if I have to expose this to morning direct sunlight, I'll have to again follow the same process of acclimation, which is a very slow process. So we are going to do that, but I wanted to show you this. You can see the cutting is starting to root. We have a good amount of roots that are starting to come out. Of course, I'll have to wait for some more time because I want them to reach couple of more centimeters, and then I can put them into the soil. Until then, it's going to be kept in indirect bright light. Now that the rains are going to subside, so probably the intensity in the indirect bright light is going to come back, so probably it will be fine, but it's absolutely fine. We can't do much if the weather is cloudy. So overall, both of the plants are doing fantastic. We have kind of taken care of the scale insects. Of course, I will still keep a watch on it, a very close watch on it, to see how things work. Also, I had another question about diatomaceous earth. Unfortunately, I have never used that. It is in a powder form. It is in a white powder form, which has to be used in the soil in order to control pest or to eliminate pest. But unfortunately, I don't have much experience or knowledge about it because I have never ever used it. So what I would suggest is, if anyone has been using diatomaceous earth, if you can give a brief explanation in the comment section, it is going to be helpful to everyone, whoever is reading it. You can probably give a brief idea about the application, the quantity, and what are the effects and how long it takes to see any kind of improvements. Of course, it is going to take a while, I'm sure. So it would be very kind of you if you can give us a brief explanation about using of diatomaceous earth. It will also help others who are planning to use it or who are facing a major issue with mealybugs and other pests. Thankfully, I don't have issues with mealybugs. I did have issues when I had started initially, but ever since, using a very lean organic soil or very low nutrient soil, using of cinnamon powder on and off has kind of, I wouldn't say eliminated it completely, but yes, it is very much in control. The only time I see mealybugs, as I mentioned earlier as well, is when I tend to see bloom stalks or when there are flowers coming up. Those are the ones that are affected with mealybugs the most, but I don't have them on the crown area or on the stem. Apart from the scale insect, I haven't seen any mealybug attack on my plants recently. Just the bloom stalks that do get affected. Otherwise, I am in a very good control with mealybugs, and that is a very, very big achievement because those guys can create a nightmare in your garden. So that's about it, guys. I hope that this video was helpful to you. If it was, please hit the like button, and if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing to it. Until then, take care, stay safe, and keep propagating.